Hi everyone, my name is Tara McCartan and I just wanted to make a little video and introduce myself just so that everybody is more familiar with the ACNRF US Foundation. So again, like I said, my name is Tara McCartan and I am Audrey's mom, and I am a full-time working mom. I work in New York City for a large investment bank, one of the largest in the world, and I am one of the directors of ACNRF for the US Fund. And also one of the directors is Christy Naughton, and she's a nurse and she lives out in Iowa. And our leader is Giove, and she is a lawyer that works in Australia. So I love working with these working moms. Like I said, we're all full-time working moms who take care of our CAS kiddos and among other things. So I really love how, we're dedicated, we're focused, we're all professional women working to try to find a cure for CAS. So that's where it leads into our Cure CAS project that we're working on with UC Davis. So some of you may have been on the call that we had, the Zoom call that we had just a few days ago with our scientists. So we had Dr. Kyle was on there. We had Professor Fink. So we had Dr. Kyle on there. We had Jill, who's one of the scientists, and we basically went over the different phases and the stages and the progress where we came from to where we are now. So just a little bit of background, ACNRF, the Australia Foundation, founded by Giove, was the first scientific research foundations for CAS, and she funded the project that Dr. Konark was working on when he was with Virginia, but now he's at University of Alabama, and she fully funded that project that is still ongoing, and it's a therapeutic treatment with the mice molecules for that Dr. Konark is working on. So she's fully funded that, and now we're working on the Cure CAS project, which is run at, like I said, out of UC Davis, who they gave a little bit of an update. There will be a replay, and we'll be posting some videos on that, so you can hear it straight from them as opposed to my broken down version of it to try to make it a little bit more, I guess, accessible and the way that I understood it. So, but if you have any questions, you can by all means reach out to me, Christy, or Giove and ask us questions, and you can watch the video replays of the Zoom call. But basically, the Cure CAS project is out of UC Davis, and it's fully funded for phase 1, which is working on a gene reactivation therapy. So gene reactivation therapy, which is just different than gene replacement therapy. Gene reactivation therapy is, as you know, it's a X chromosome linked disorder. So we're working with the good copy. Girls have 2 X chromosomes. So this project is for just mainly the female population of CAS because they have 2 X chromosomes. So we're working with the X chromosome copy that is not working, so basically the silence copy, and we're working on just reactivating that. So you're not injecting a foreign body or a foreign DNA or anything into the body. They're organically working on, so it's more natural, it's more organic because you already have the CAS protein in you, being that you have 2 X chromosomes. So it's reactivating that and manipulating it so that you can be, our kids could be the best that they can be. So basically, I think what Dr. Kyle was saying was that he's been seeing a 50 to 70% chance of improvement. So not saying they're going to be 100%, but a 50 to 70% chance of improvement, I'll take that. And the gene reactivation therapy would be a one-time, so in simplified terms, a one-shot deal. So basically injecting one shot. He mentioned like a spinal tap injection or something, but basically the less invasive form that could be to be administered. So it's injecting this therapeutic treatment. This is eventually when it gets to the human, and when it does work, it would be a one-shot deal. So injecting this into our kids and then being 60 to 70% better, I think is pretty amazing, and something that we firmly believe in working, with the female population on this, because that's, most of the CAS kiddos are female, but it's not to say that this wouldn't be available or be helpful to the boys that are in our community, because we are looking into that as well, because if you think about it, like all these X chromosome linked disorders, they're kind of piggybacking off of like other ones. So CDLK5, Rett syndrome, Phelan-McDermid syndrome was mentioned, and it's, they could figure out a way that would benefit the boys. And I believe they said it would be like a misnonsense or something. It would have to have that kind of mutation, but it's not to say that it's not for boys. So I don't want the community to think that we're only doing this just for girls, but the girls are predominantly the most affected by the Cas gene mutation. So it will benefit boys in the long run. So that's what, we're working on now, as well as the other therapeutic treatments that ACNRF funded, that Dr. Konark is working on. So there are other avenues that we are looking at as well, because you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. You want to, fund different projects, just like I'm in finance. So if you wanted to, invest your money, you're not just going to invest in one stock, you're going to invest in multiple, just because, diversification and being diversified is the key to success. So that's what we're working on now with UC Davis. And it's very promising, and we're working, the U.S. Foundation, we're working on phase 2, so raising money for this mice model, and getting the mice, which we have at the Jackson Labs, which we're going to get at the Jackson Lab, and then Jill is going to work on the mice molecules and working with that. So that's phase 2. So we're just a tad bit short of funding for that project. We did a couple of fundraisers that I'm still not even sure how much that raised, because I didn't run them myself. They were, other people that picked our charity to run. So I'm working with that to see how much we have left, but our goal is about roughly $40,000 or so that we're looking for to raise to start phase 2. So phase 2 can be run simultaneously within phase 1 is going on, and phase 1 is working really well. As some of you that were on the call have heard how it's very promising. So I am so excited, because I know this is going to happen in Audrey's lifetime, and I'm super excited. I'm super excited for our CAS community, and working with Christy and Giove has been amazing, and seeing the support that we get from the community, which I'd like to see a little bit more, because we are working really hard. Like I said, we're 3 full-time working moms working really hard, this in our spare time, so that we can find a cure for our kids. And as many of you have seen the podcasts that I've done and the TV shows I've been on, I won't give up until Audrey can be the best that she can be. So hopefully, this will get you a little insight into me and to our foundation that we're working with, and I really hope that you guys can help fund. We have a popcorn fundraiser going on right now. I think it ends on Sunday. It's a 4-day event, and my daughter's camp this summer raised over $220,000. So I know that our CAS community can raise at least $40,000 for us and get us started into phase 2, which would be so helpful. And all you have to do is share it. Everything's virtual, and we already have like a couple of thousand in there. So I'm so excited. So hopefully, if you have any questions, and I'm very, fluent in, all the services that I get in New York State, which are amazing. So if anybody has any questions or about anything like that, I'm happy to help with that as well. And just know that we'll always be here for you, and we're actively pursuing these research with UC Davis, and we could really use your help. So hopefully this answered some questions, and like I said, hope you have a great holiday time, and hopefully we'll speak soon, and the recordings should be released pretty soon, so you should be able to see them as well. So thanks everybody. Bye.